Hello everybody and welcome to this week's Markets to Watch from Smack the Markets for week commencing the 12th of April. So as we move into a new week, we've now got a full week of trading. We've just passed the 2-week period of time where we've had the Easter holidays. What can we expect from the markets? Well, we've got the US economy expected to go through a period of strength as the vaccine rollout is continuing to pick up some speed there. The US economy is expected to sort of strengthen as that starts to open up. We've got very positive comments from Mr. Powell and predictions of growth going forward in the near term as well, and the US stock market's pushing on to all-time highs in the latter part of last week as well. So let's have a look at a few markets here and some of the potential markets to keep an eye on for opportunities. So if we could take a look at these US markets first of all, the Nasdaq being the lagger out of the three, you can see here the Nasdaq future hasn't quite pushed on to all-time highs just yet, so it's not far away. However, it has completely reversed this sort of bearish price pattern that the market started to put in, and it's broken through a significant resistance line which has also been previous support in the past. So again, need to keep a close eye, I think, on the market here when it gets to equal highs. There could be a bit of profit take in there, but I think the path of least resistance for all of these markets does look to be towards the long side. Having a look at the S&Ps, this one here again, S&P futures looking extremely strong, and again our favorite one here, which is the Dow future, again looking extremely strong as well. Bearing in mind that all of these markets have had a very good run, and there is always room here for a decent pullback like the one that we saw a few weeks ago where the market came back and tested 32, and even back here where we came back and tested that sort of 30,000 sort of price point. So keeping positioning in value areas is, I think, one of the sort of the key things that we'll be looking at here. If we come over to the commodity markets, I think one of the commodities that more interesting ones here to keep an eye on would be silver. The US dollar has found support and bounced off a key 92 level last week, and we're starting to see some strength coming into that. Now if the dollar strengthens, it's likely to have an impact here on the silver market. You can see that on the daily chart here, the market has been in the context of a short trend, and the market sort of starting to roll over and come down to test that $25 price point. I think underneath 25 it does sort of open up the market for possibly a bit more sort of weakness. That $25 level has certainly been key support and resistance in the past, so I prefer not to be positioned short in front of that. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame, you can start to see this in a little bit more detail. So we've had our high, low, lower high. We haven't quite had a lower low yet, but we will have a lower low if the market gets underneath 25, and that will also break this neckline as well, and that previous support that we've seen on the daily time frame too, and that sort of does open up potential sort of trading windows if the trend continues to the short side as well. So coming out of this and taking a look at currency markets, we've got a lot of strength coming into Great British Pound markets now. So some of the markets here that I quite like the look of are the likes of Great British Pound against the yen. If we have a look at this on the weekly time frame, we can see that we've now had a pullback into that key 150 level, which also coincides with the top end of the value area, and it's quite a significant sort of price point, this 150 area, not only a psychological level but also significant support and resistance. So within the context of the trend, if we do start to find a bit of support in here, then we could be looking for continuation of the trend, pushing up to again the recent highs here, which the market would need to get through in order for the trend to continue. That's around 153. But then of course we've got the top end of this trading window, which is around 155. Start to have a look at this on the daily time frame. You can start to see that the 150 is acting as a bit of support. We had a bullish candle yesterday, and now we've got a bit of support gain coming in here. So I think if the market can break above this sort of doji candle, previous daily doji candle, then I think this could start to look a little bit more interesting to the long side. Staying on the same theme here of Great British Pound, I mean, last week we had some lovely trades with about sort of 7-to-1 trades here on the Great British Pound Kiwi to the short side, and we traded this trading window here from the 196, just underneath that 196 level, down to the lows here around 194.50. Now this was the final target area, and the market sort of has bounced off this area here, and again starting to look rather interesting again long. If we have a look at this on the weekly, you can see that again this week we're starting to see a bit of a bounce off this level within the context of this market strength here. So again, this just reinforces the strength in the pound, and again some of these sterling markets are at potential turning points. So with that point, if we come over to euro pound, again euro is very weak at the moment compared to the pound strength, and again taking a look at euro GDP, we can see that the market in the context of a short trend here has now starting to see a bit of resistance of this area here just underneath that 87 price point. Now this is in the context of a weekly move short, so we've got the moving averages in the right area. This is right into the value area. It's also quite a significant resistance level as well. So if this continues to play out, then we might see at least a move down to the 85 price point, and that's a huge move on some of these lower time frame setups. We can already start to see here on the daily time frame that the market started to roll over, and again on these lower time frames too. So again, this is just sort of reinforcing Great British Pound strength as a theme, and some of the opportunities that we're keeping an eye on to possibly take advantage of that. So there's a few markets there that we're keeping a close eye on going into the beginning of this week. I certainly hope it helps, and look forward to speaking to you next time. Bye for now.